Nismo. To a generation of car enthusiasts, it's a name linked to racing, high-performance parts, and long nights on the PlayStation with Gran Turismo. That's something Nissan is hoping to cash in on with this, the new Nissan 370Z Nismo, a high-performance version of one of the older sports cars on sale. Yes, Nissan still sells the 370Z. The Z, or Z as it's known in America, has been on sale since 2009, well before turbochargers and dual-clutch transmissions took over the performance car world. This car is one of the few coupes available today with a naturally aspirated engine, manual transmission and rear-wheel drive. Priced from just under $61,500, the 370Z Nismo brings more focused performance and a touch of aftermarket style to the iconic coupe. On the inside, the Nismo has a few cool touches that separate it from the regular car. You've got these great red and black Recaro seats, a steering wheel that's trimmed partially in Alcantara with a nice red band at the top to tell you when it's pointing straight, red tacos, a Bose stereo, all kinds of nice little details that just elevate this above the standard model. This is an old car and you really do feel that in the interior. The infotainment system feels quite dated. You've got all kinds of buttons and knobs and dials and things going on there that would simply be a touchscreen in a normal car. The Nismo treatment brings a new exhaust and computer tune to the 370Z, lending it an extra 8 kilowatts of power and 8 newton meters of torque. Very modest changes for a car wearing such an iconic badge. The revised unit makes a total of 253 kilowatts and 371 newton meters, using an average of 10.6 litres per 100 Ks. Now under the bonnet we've got a 3.7 litre V6. It's naturally aspirated, which means there are no turbos. And that means that you, as the driver, have to work it pretty hard to get it to deliver its best. It's not like a modern turbo car where you can just punch the throttle at 2000 RPM and get a solid wall of torque. No, you really do have to work the Nismo to get the best out of it, which is a lot of fun. Naturally, you've got a manual transmission to help with that. Of course, there is an automatic option, but why would you go there? It helps out novice manual drivers with this really cool auto blip system on the down change, so that you can just basically go from third to second gear, just grab it, and you don't need to worry about blipping the throttle to smooth out the change. It will automatically do that for you. Of course, if you're an enthusiast, you can turn that off and do it yourself, which is much more fun. It's a great system. Nissan were the first to develop it and has since been copied by the likes of Porsche, which should be an indication of how good it is to use. In terms of the chassis, the Nismo has a few changes that separate it from the regular car. You've got firmer springs, new shock absorbers and thicker anti-roll bars designed to give you more control when you're really pressing on. Now, this is a car that does its best work when you do give it a little bit. Around town, it doesn't feel that quick or that special, but it's when you're on a nice winding road like this where you're working the gears and listening to that engine hum, it kind of all comes together. Gotta say though that in this day and age, 253 kilowatts, it's really not that much power. The Nissan doesn't feel overly quick in a straight line because it just isn't. The Nismo Z isn't the fastest, most modern or refined performance car on sale. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Few cars have this sort of raw character that the Z has captured all to itself. And the new Nismo 370Z is on sale now.